If I told you, if I told you just half of everything I've always wanted to.
Welcome back, Camily. I just want to start out this video by giving a disclaimer that we will be talking about body image, weight loss, weight gain, and so if those are sensitive topics to you that might trigger you, maybe skip this one. So I have gained about 15 pounds since moving in the last 4 months. And I don't really keep up with my weight, I don't weigh myself often, but a few weeks ago, I randomly decided to. I've been putting on and losing the same 15 pounds for about 7 years. And the last time I weighed more than I do now was when I was postpartum with Delilah. That point of my life was the worst I had ever felt about my body. I was obsessively weighing myself, obsessively counting calories, and the more I started to slip into postpartum depression, the worse those food habits got. At my lowest point, I was skipping meals and hungry a lot of the time. Part of it was in order to lose weight, but I think I also was just punishing myself in any way that I could. I went and got help, and during that time I did not focus on vanity at all. I barely looked in the mirror, I didn't weigh myself, I didn't wear any makeup for that whole month I was in treatment. My only goals were to be healthy, active, energized, and hydrated. I didn't follow any kind of diet or strict routine. I just made it a point to move my body and cook my own meals. I made really slow and steady progress and eventually got to a weight that was really healthy for me, and I maintained that weight for a really long time. Diet and exercise weren't even on my mind at that point. It had just been integrated into my life. But shortly after I moved, I hit a wall. I fell into depression again, and with that came a lot of bad coping skills. I stopped leaving my house, I didn't socialize much. Winter came and I rarely saw sunshine. And I really fell on food as a comfort. And I don't want to demonize that. Food is comforting. And so if food is one thing that makes you feel a little better as you're fighting depression every day, that's okay. Is it gonna make you feel good in the long term and help you to get out of that place? No. It kind of helps to keep you trapped there, but sometimes you're just really not ready to make that step and start trying. In my experience, there's times where I just kind of have to wait it out. There's not much I could do. I get a little depressed and it's an uphill battle trying to get out of that. Sometimes if I give it a few weeks and then try, I'll have better results and not feel so defeated. So after months of seasonal depression, I was finally there. I was ready to do something about it. I spent several weeks just kind of going back and forth, having a decent week and then crashing. My energy was just so low. I developed a caffeine addiction. I was just fighting this lack of energy. Nothing seemed to be working and life just kept throwing things at me. It was just this loop of negativity, and each time I tried again, gave it a go, really put all of my effort into picking up the pieces, I would just be humbled immediately. The universe would be like, no, stay there. I would get a flat tire, the kids would get sick, there would just always be something, and it was this loop of negativity. Around that time, I weighed myself for the first time in months and learned that I had gained back the weight. And it was really hard, not because I didn't think I could lose the weight, not because I hated the way I looked now, but because that number to me represented my defeat. All of the days that I struggled to get out of bed, all of the meals I had delivered to my door because I didn't feel like cooking, all the food rotting in my fridge because of that, all that pain I was feeling. That number just hit me hard and made me realize how poorly I was taking care of myself. And it broke my heart. I am the only one taking care of me. And I'm doing a terrible job at making myself happy, at nourishing my body and my soul. I looked back on how good I was doing just 6 months before, and I felt so far away from that place. I wanted to be back there, and I had made it there before, but for some reason now it just felt so unattainable. After losing that weight the first time, physical wellness was something that I valued so highly. I could feel the difference it made in my life when I was prioritizing that. Just remembering how good I felt back then. And that's when I realized I was never gonna muster up the energy and motivation by playing mental tricks on myself. I wasn't gonna shame myself into action. I couldn't just force myself to get up and be productive. I had to prioritize my physical wellness before I could have the energy to focus on anything else. I had been fighting this battle of so badly wanting to get up and do, but not having the energy to do so. But of course I don't have the energy when I'm eating junk and laying in bed. So I deleted DoorDash, and next time I went to the grocery store, instead of buying frozen backup meals in case I didn't feel like cooking, I only bought raw ingredients so that there was no way we were gonna get to eat unless I cooked the meals that I had planned. All healthy, nutritious food that actually sounded like something I'd wanna eat. I bought some vitamins, a new water bottle, and told myself to drink at least a full bottle a day, and I started stretching again. A good stretch used to always make me feel so much better and get that momentum going, but I had just stopped one day. Committing to those 3 simple things already made me feel so much better. And soon my daily stretch turned into going to a yoga class, and then I was riding my bike. I'd do my daily stretch and I just wanted to keep going. I wanted to get my heart rate up. So then I started going on runs and just chasing those endorphins. And it's crazy to think that just a few weeks ago, I felt like I didn't have energy for anything. No social energy, no emotional energy left in me, really no fight. And now here I am with so much energy that the last thing I want to do is crawl back in bed. And I'm happy. I'm fulfilled. I'm not sitting here spiraling about how am I gonna manage to get everything done. I'm just doing. And life really isn't that bad. I still haven't lost much weight, maybe a few pounds, but I already feel so much better about my body than I did a few weeks ago. Not because it looks any different, but because it feels different. I feel myself getting stronger and stronger and more flexible, more grounded. I'm bonding with my body in a way that I hadn't in such a long time. My body and mind feel connected again. They feel like one. When talking about body image, the notion of body positivity comes up a lot. But I don't think you need to love the way your body looks to be happy with it. Taking away the pressure to feel a certain way about my physical appearance has helped me out a lot. Body neutrality is to look at your body and just feel neutral about it. Recognize that there are things that don't meet societal beauty standards, and there are also things about it that I love. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how it looks. It doesn't exist to look pretty. It exists to live in. And I want to live in a body that makes me feel happy and strong and energized. And I'm excited to find new ways to do that, whether that's rock climbing or rollerblading or whatever I find interest in next. It is so important to me to be a good example to my kids. I grew up around diet culture and body shaming. It seems like this generation is shifting away from that a lot, and I love that so much. There's always gonna be unrealistic beauty standards, but I really hope to raise my girls to know that they have so much to offer beyond just that. How their kindness and their empathy is way more valuable than their looks. But I also want them to understand the importance of living a healthy lifestyle and the positive impacts that can have on their mental health. They're already predisposed to my mental health problems, so the more I could lay the groundwork for them to live happy lives, that's really all I'd ever want for them. I'm just so glad to be back in a headspace where I can lead a good example for them. And I feel similarly about you guys. It's really hard to make content when you're in a depressive episode. I want my content to be uplifting and inspiring, and I know that means sometimes sharing the bad days and talking through my struggles. Normalizing those things is something that I will always try to do. But when months go by and it feels like that's all I have to offer, it's discouraging. But hey, it's real and that's just the way those things work sometimes. Thankfully, I'm feeling so much better and just really inspired to spread this positivity to everyone around me. The world needs some of that more than ever right now. If you take anything away from this video, I really hope it's that making a lifestyle change and trying to lose weight, it doesn't need to be this big thing that alters your life completely. There are small, easy ways to make changes, and as long as you're consistent with that, you'll see progress. It might not be fast progress, but sustainable progress. Take it easy, take the pressure off, and it is perfectly normal and okay to gain or lose weight for whatever reason. There are so many different reasons for your weight to fluctuate, and it doesn't take away your value as a human. It's so much easier said than done to feel good about your body. But regardless of weight loss or weight gain, I think in order to feel good, it really just starts with putting that effort to take care of your body. So go connect with your body, dance, go for a walk, look at a tree, appreciate it while you got it, because as long as you're here, you only got one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, Cam&Fam.